The hum of the Nexus Pod was almost meditative, a deep bass that resonated through Kael Veyra's one-room apartment. Dim light from his single window filtered across the pod's obsidian shell, catching in the engraved glyphs that glowed faint blue as the system booted. Outside, the city was waking, distant car horns, the rhythmic whoosh of a mag rail, the muffled thrum of morning life. Kael didn't care about any of it. His eyes were fixed on the translucent hollow screen projected above the pod. The letters floated like carved crystal: Patch 12.0, Ascension Wars Update, New Realms Unlocked, Legacy Classes Released, All Characters Reset. The forums had been chaotic since the announcement. 10 years of grinding, scheming, and cultivating power in Eternal Nexus wiped away. Veteran guild leaders howled about lost empires. Mid-tier players grumbled about unfair advantage. Newcomers flooded pre-order queues for the patch, calling it the Great Equalizer. Kael saw something else entirely, a second life. His reflection shimmered faintly in the pod's curved glass, a lean face, dark hair pulled back in a simple tie, eyes that never seemed to lose their edge. A year ago, those same eyes had stared at victory. He'd been perched on the edge of ascension, the #1 ranked player in his server. His heavenly core had been one step from perfection. Then came the betrayal. The memory slammed into him like an old wound, the floating arena of the celestial trial, the glow of his core in the palm of his hand, the roar of his sect brothers cheering him on. And then Aaron Vallis, his own sect leader, stepping into his personal trial instance, smiling like a viper. The duel had been fast, brutal, and one-sided. Aaron hadn't been after glory. He'd been after Kael's core. When the final blow came, Kael had felt the gut-wrenching tear of his cultivation collapsing, years of effort bleeding away in a wash of golden chi. By the time Kael respawned in the mortal city, Aaron had already used his stolen core to ascend. And Kael? Kael had been left powerless. Now, with patch 12.0, everyone was starting from zero. And Kael had something they didn't: knowledge. He slid into the Nexus Pod, the interior molding perfectly to his body. Cool, soft gel cradled him, sensors aligning along his temples, spine, and wrists. The pod's AI chimed in a smooth, feminine voice. "Welcome back, Kael Veyra. Neural sync initializing. Estimated load time, 20 seconds. Kael's lips curved into a thin smile. 20 seconds until the reset world opened. 20 seconds until he started carving his path back to the top, this time without mercy. The AI continued. "Please confirm spawn location." Most players would choose the City of Beginnings, a bustling hub with safe zones, newbie quests, and easy access to trade. The desperate and cautious would spawn there to join guilds and form parties before venturing into danger. Kael didn't even glance at it. His finger hovered over a different option, one buried in a secondary menu most players never scrolled to. Nightfall Hollow. A remote spawn point deep in the Twilight Vale. Dangerous terrain. High-tier mobs even at level 1. Rich spirit energy but no safety zones. The kind of place new players entered only to leave as corpses. Perfect. Nightfall Hollow confirmed, the AI said, tone neutral. Warning: survival expectancy for new avatars in this region is under 6 minutes. Let's see how long I last, Kael murmured. The pod's hatch sealed with a whisper. A soft, electric tingle ran along his skin as the neural sync engaged. The real world faded, replaced by the infinite starry void of the Nexus login interface. Lines of golden chi swirled around him, tracing his limbs, pulling his consciousness toward form. For one flicker, the golden lines bent the wrong way. Not inward toward his avatar, but outward, as if something beyond the login shell had noticed him noticing it. The interface corrected itself so quickly a normal player would have blamed the pod. Kael's eyes narrowed. Patch 12.0 had rewritten more than stats. Systems that learned could also lie. Initializing avatar. Syncing meridians. Loading environment. A rush of scent, sound, and sensation hit him all at once. Cool air thick with damp earth. The distant echo of something howling. A faint shimmer of moonlight breaking through tangled branches above. Kael stood at the edge of a black forest, mist curling between the roots of towering, ancient trees. Each trunk was warped, as though trying to twist away from some unseen presence. The air shimmered faintly with spirit energy, dense, almost tangible against his skin. System message: you have entered Nightfall Hollow, Twilight Vale region. Quest tracker updated. Kael dismissed the beginner tutorial with a flick of his hand. He didn't need the game telling him how to move, fight, or breathe in here. From somewhere deeper in the mist, the forest went unnaturally silent. Even the wind seemed to pause. Kael's hand instinctively went to his starter weapon, a battered bronze short sword, its edge nicked and dull. Pathetic gear for what he knew was coming. 2 crimson points of light appeared in the darkness ahead. Eyes. The nightshade beast stepped forward, each movement slow, deliberate, predatory. Black fur rippled like liquid shadow, and its fangs gleamed white in the moonlight. At level 5, it was already more than most level 1 players could handle. Its claws alone could strip half a health bar in one hit. Kael's pulse quickened, but not from fear. He knew this spawn pattern. This was one of the first steps in the path to a legacy class almost no one even remembered, shadow forging. The beast carried something more valuable than any early quest reward. The creature snarled, the sound rumbling through the ground beneath Kael's boots. Kael smirked. Guess patch 12.0 didn't nerf you after all. He slid into a low stance, feeling the shift of weight, the coil of his muscles. The mist swirled around him, moonlight catching in the beast's eyes as it lunged. The first blow would decide everything.